Welcome back to another episode of the GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. This is yours truly, His Excellency Dakar, and I'm the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools, as well as your co-host and engineer for the GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. Tonight we're going to be interviewing none other than Dr. Carlene, also known as Coach Kai Randolph. So without any further ado, my co-host, Dr. Diane, please take us away.
Well, before I say anything else, what are you matching me?
Oh,
Oh my God. I can't go anywhere with these young millennials looking like billionaires. This is what they call a billionaire mindset. But anyway, first teaching them to dress as Michael B. Roberts. He took him aside and said, this is how you do it. So you are doing it, young man. Stepping up the game. I am so pleased to be on our GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. And I have a woman of power here today. Whoop!
there it is.
Absolutely. Dr. Kai Randolph is the founder, CEO, and owner of Kaiism LLC, a transformational health and life coach. She's a corporate workshop facilitator, speaker, TV and radio host. She must be Jamaican, so many jobs. A Coach Kai hosts of Dropping the Knowledge with Kai Randolph on Blog Talk Radio. She has earned her Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, as well as a master's, in fact, in Business Administration, as an MBA, and a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing from Howard University, a certificate in executive leadership, and has studied under a number of amazing teachers in the field of health and life coaching for her certification. Dr. Kai began her career in nursing at Georgetown University Hospital, Lombardi Comprehensive Care Cancer Center in Washington, D.C. It was there that Kai found her passion for caring for the whole individual. Her passion for caring for everyone. She found that serving in the community with compassion in full range of supportive care services to improve her patients' health and quality of life was her life passion. Kai diversified her experiences. She found that her interest in mental health broadened and she sought opportunities with other institutions. Dr. Kai began working at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in the Division of Geriatric Psychiatry and Neuropsychiatry, providing inpatient, day hospital, and outpatient care. There she cared for those suffering with psychiatric disorders, depression, bipolar disorder, substance abuse, and schizophrenia, as well as diseases of the brain such as stroke, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis. She has also helped patients with other disorders of mood, behavior, and through the content of her passion to help people. Her interest for public service and the laws that regulated the care of such individuals deepened as her own father became terminally ill. That's when Kai sought out to change the world as she watched her father's healthcare costs escalate. So she joined the federal sector with the hopes to assist many others like her father. And as such, her career really exploded in the federal sector for over 20 years, touching such programs as Medicare modernization, Obamacare, health IT, mental health services, and many other social programs. Kai Randolph has authored the book, Love, Money, Power. And she also authored Green Tea and Donuts, 6 Simple Steps for Living Your Best Life. And new release, Total B, an unapologetic embrace of boss-like femininity. That's right, she's a woman of power boss. Because Kai believes in and lectures on philanthropic responsibilities, Kai gives back to the community by walking for such events as breast cancer awareness, suicide prevention, awareness campaigns, St. Jude's, children's research fundraisers, and volunteers in the local soup kitchen. She also serves as a consultant here at Global Overday Seminary University as one of our assistant deans. That's right. And we love her. She supports us also in the philanthropic work that we do. So it is my honor, it is my pleasure, to bring to the mic none other than Dr. Carlene Kai Randolph.
Hello. That was a lot. So it's been a long journey.
Yes, it has. It has. And I really want to ask you, what has been the journey that has brought you to where you are today, Dr. Kai?
So that journey that led me here really started with figuring out that along the way, when I wanted to make the difference for changing laws for care for the elderly, I had a big wake-up call. You know, you walk into the government and you think, I'm going to change the world. It was one step at a time, one baby step at a time, and help become something of an instrument for me to learn who I was, right, along the way. That journey is, it had a lot of bumps, a lot of ebbs and flows, and it caused me to grow up. I'm still growing up. But it's been a long, long journey. And I think that today I am so grateful for all of it, right? For all the tears, for all the joy, for all the stretching. It is phenomenal, to say the least.
Awesome, awesome. And I want to ask you, what are some initiatives that you're doing at this time as a leader based on the journey that that you've come to? Because we've met you at the end product. Although, you know, you're evolving, we've met you where you're this perfectly beautiful, eloquent person that's giving back. We don't see the struggles on you. You're absolutely fabulous. So kind of tell us, what are some of the initiatives that you're doing right now as a leader?
I've got a lot of projects coming up, and one of my big projects currently that I'm working on is called Black Women Heal. And so, you know, most people, when they hear it, it's like, oh, it's all about the aches and pains of being a Black woman. And, you know, my response is, no, it's all about becoming, right? Just, you know, looking back at Michelle Obama's book, I don't know if you read it, like, I think I read it about 5 or 6 times, but just the essence of becoming and making the strides that we've made. I mean, every Black woman has had a journey that's been a little painful, right? And like I said in the previous answer, it stretches you, right? There are challenges that are all a part of God's process, right? And so Black Women Heal is all about, you know, I made it through that process. I have done all these things, and I'm here to bring it to the world. And so with that, though, I get most of the women who will be a part of this to talk about a little bit about that journey, but talk about how it stretched them to become who they are today. So whether or not you're a powerful business owner, whether or not you're a mom, whether or not, you know, you're a pastor in a church, whether or not you are attending a university, whether or not you are traveling the world, you bring something to the table that is more powerful than any other race. Every race out there has a struggle. Don't get me wrong, but I think ours is the most powerful because we have left the motherland and we've come to spaces and places that aren't necessarily something that spiritually has been ours. And it hasn't necessarily been a part of our mental wholeness, so to speak. And so we have, unlike a lot of other races, done some phenomenal things based on the fact that we have survived, and more than survived, we've thrived. And so that's what my initiative now is. There are so many others, but right now this is my favorite one.
Love that. And you know, Friday, June the 19th was Juneteenth. I know we're now on Tuesday, but it brings to mind really what you've said. It's like in a concrete, you walk along the concrete and there is a rose that's pushed itself up through that concrete and has been thriving. And so as you said that, it brought me to mind of June 19th, which is Juneteenth, which as we celebrate our freedom, so to speak. And physical freedom is one thing, but having dealt with you, I know you've also eclipsed that mental freedom, yes, and that you've been able to really pass that into your work, into your initiatives, into your books, and how you've helped people. I've witnessed you helping people, and I've witnessed you changing lives, and you've been so selfless, you know, and I really see your spirit. I've seen where others have been a little jealous of you because God has truly blessed you, and you're walking in favor. You're walking by grace, and I'm so pleased. So that you know, that we've been able to see that in you. Now we have defined you as an icon, a woman of power. How do you define an icon, Dr. Kai?
That's a little dangerous, right? You know, when we say men are icons, it's a powerful thing, right? Just the word power. But when you associate a woman with being an icon, a woman of power, you know, it's always looked at as a competition. And for me, just through all the things that all of us have been through, that transformation that we've made with those words, power and powerful, which absolutely make you an icon, right? You know, we stand apart, we've transformed. We no longer need a status to make us powerful, right? Yeah. Just doing everything that we do day to day makes us, in a way, an icon, right? You know, it's funny because you see yourself amongst people, but every one of us stands out in God's eyes, right? And so we stand out amongst each other in this world, right? And we don't typically see it because we see the crowds of people. Well, not anymore because of the pandemic, but you know what I mean? It's just that all of us stand out because we're all just so uniquely created, and so we are icons in every sort of the word. But I laugh every time I hear that, because when you hear a person say that about a man, it's like, wow. But then when you hear it about a woman, you're like, what does that mean? and we're not fighting against anything either.
No. And you know, in knowing you and being very familiar with initiatives that you've had and the actual impact that you've had on others, I see you. You know, you're not a diva in terms of your attitude. You're a diva in terms of your accomplishments. You know, we could just go this book, that book, this seminar, that radio show, that podcast, that TV show, that appearance, and we can go down the list of things that you've done. But the sweetest thing about you is your spirit. You always have a smile, and you really touch people's hearts, and that's how you're able to get to the masses. I really want to encourage folks to follow you. I want people to right now like, share, and subscribe to make sure that others see this awesome, powerful woman of God and this icon. Yes, she is an icon. And we know it because we know her accomplishments, but we want you to be able to engage with her. We want you to be able to learn from her, and you know, put yourself also at that level. She's not selfish at all. So she will share with you. So I want to ask you, Dr. Kai, how can the audience, after they like, share, and subscribe, of course, how can they get in touch with you?
Really easy. So it's info@womenignitenow.com, or they can find me on Facebook at Chilling with Coach Kai, or you can find me on Facebook at Women Ignite Now.
I love it. Women Ignite Now. This girl is on fire. Yes, I love it. Yes, Women Ignite Now. And you know, I want to tell all of you women here that Dr. Kai doesn't hide her talent. under a bushel, under a table to make people comfortable. She is a woman led by God. And so whatever God tells her to do, ladies, don't get envious, don't get jealous. Just join in, get ignited too, you know? Don't feel like you're gonna be left out. She's very warm, she's very engaging, and she will take you where you need to be. Thank you so much, Coach Kai. I wanted to stay with us as we're gonna welcome some other folks from GODSU who've been the 20 most powerful volunteers that we've had for the week. And we want to thank you because you always are recruiting students. You're always talking about us. You're always putting us on your radio platform. And we so appreciate and love you. So we thank you so much for being our guest today on Women of Power.
Whoop, there it is.
Yes, there it is. So thank you so much as we segment over to His Excellency Dakar and our 20 top volunteers for the week.
Spokesperson for GODSU, Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Dakar Chaplain, Ambassador of Ghana to the USA. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you and the embassy?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. You know, the embassy is in Washington, D.C. on International Drive, and we are very accessible. If it's a matter of landmark, we are between Bangladesh and the Israeli embassy. So we are very easy to find. I'm taking the opportunity to welcome all of you to Ghana. If you haven't visited yet, I think you should, because we more or less sit in the center of the earth. And therefore, when the good Lord was doing the business, he was standing on Ghanaian soil. You remember last year was the year of return, where we were trying to honor all those people who left our shores involuntarily, came into this country, had to deal with a language they never heard of, and yet they mastered it enough to write books and sonnets and whatnot. They didn't have much of an education, and the education they tried to provide for themselves was nothing to write home about. But then, again, they became scientists and inventors and whatnot. And in fact, most of them have contributed to the culture of America as it is today. And therefore, we're only asking that they can visit the homes that their ancestors left, see what is available, take a decision whether they would want to get involved. But we would want them to get involved, because for us, we've always considered African Americans as brothers and sisters. So for Ghana, we consider it your home. And home is where you go and they have to take you in. So our doors are open. You might probably recall that in the course of last year, about over 200 African Americans were given Ghanaian citizenship in an open ceremony and such. We do believe that we have a little gem of a country, and we are encouraging everybody to come and put a certain kind of economic stake in it. Those people who came there earlier and made it, we didn't invite them. They just came and took what they wanted. This time, we are inviting you, and we are inviting you as kinsmen. So if the others who were not related and all that came in and made good, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot come and also make good. We need a certain kind of partnership. Whichever way we look at it, wherever we are, people see us first through our pigmentation. And I'm quite sure that that in itself is something to stand by. And I can guarantee you that those of you who are African Americans, those of us who are Africans from wherever, we haven't significantly had an objection to being called Black. Now that in itself is a binding wire. We should exploit it. come to Ghana. I'm quite sure you will love it. And I'm quite sure that it will be good for our relationship across the pond, and also for a fair investment, for a fair return. It will be economically a wonderful exchange between African Americans and Ghanaians. Come to Ghana, you will love it. Am I okay?
You're wonderful. It's great to see you, Ambassador.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You know, these days, this thing hanging on the necks of all of us makes it very difficult even to make a move.
I know. I miss you so much. So what we're going to do, because normally we do our residency part of our graduation with you at the Ghanaian Embassy, we're going to do it virtually. So we're excited to see you again through the phone August 14th, but know that we love you and know that we miss you and that we will be in touch telephonically as well as video. So thank you so much for your time, Ambassador, and thank you for being a volunteer. You've been a study volunteer for GODSU for years. You've traveled with us all over the country, from all over the world, and so we appreciate you, and we love you, we honor you. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, it has been my privilege and my pleasure. Thank you very much for making that possible.
Thank you so much, Ambassador.
Okay. You take care.
We will.
So thank you, Ambassador. So followed by an embassy host for GODSU, Minister Dr. Jane Addams, who is the interim DC representative for the Nigerian government to the US. Dr. Jane Addams, can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you in the embassy?
Good afternoon, and thanks so much, Dr. Diane and His Excellency Dakar and everyone present here. It's a great opportunity to meet you and to talk to you. My name is Dr. Jane Addams. I happen to be one of the GODSU alumni, and I owe my appreciation most especially to God Almighty and to Dr. Diane, who has been a mother to us, a very wonderful person. And, you know, sometimes in life, God guides you and brings you in contact with what we call helpers of destiny. And Dr. Diane happens to be one of those helpers of destiny that God brought me in contact with. And I'm really grateful to God. And also Professor Odu. By his special grace, I happen to be one of the staff, one of the diplomats working in the Embassy of Nigeria, Washington, D.C. I am the acting deputy head of mission, in the diplomatic circle in the United States, the position is the position actually for an ambassador who is the second ambassador in the embassy and is referred to as the deputy chief of mission, according to the diplomatic protocol. But in the absence of a nominated ambassador and who has actually retired, so I'm acting in that office as the acting deputy chief of mission. So I'm thankful for this opportunity to be a part and parcel and a family of GODSU. Because we've come a long way, and I'm also thankful to God for what I have learned so much from God. So the spirit of oneness, the spirit of love, the spirit of understanding and reaching out, and so many things that has been able to effect a change, not just in my life, but the people around me, to reach out to people positively. That is what I have learned from GODSU. I remember the day I graduated, it was really wonderful. I wept, you know, in my heart I wept because I didn't expect it, but it happened. And I mean, for God to bring you this far, you have to be thankful to Him and to be able to reach out to people. And given the situation, I wouldn't call it situation, I will call it a passing time, because I know it will soon pass of this pandemic. It has also helped us to reach out. Each time I refer to my notes on chaplaincy, It has helped me to reach out to a lot of people, to tell them, to encourage them that it's not going to be the same. I have been able to reach out to people to encourage them that irrespective of what you're going through now, God tells us that He has the best for us. And the best for us is because it's going to bring us to an expected end. And what is that expected end? The end of hope, the end of a jubilation, that this COVID will not remain with us, but it will pass over. And for us to pray for the scientists to come up with something that will help humanity. And we're all here to serve humanity. And I tell people the same thing, just like government ambassadors. We are ambassadors of Christ, because God has chosen us to serve humanity. The government has chosen us to also serve humanity. So we play as the human ambassadors, but we are spiritual ambassadors when it comes to God. So I really, really want to seize the opportunity to also thank and appreciate the family of the Dianes. They've been wonderful. They've been exceptional. For me, that's how I say it, because there are times in life you may not have an opportunity to meet such people who can bring you out, who can present you and make you become global. And that is what the Dianes family has done for me. Because sometimes people may not really know who you are, but you need just one person in your life to reach out there to connect, and that's what they have done. Because I wouldn't have met somebody, all of you here, if they didn't give me the opportunity to get it. I would have been in my office talking to the government, just relating. But this is another part that they have contributed. And I want everybody to be thankful and appreciated. It's not everybody that has this kind of opportunity. So I'm really thankful, Mom. You've been a mother to me. God bless you. Thank you so much. And in the course of my career, it has been wonderful working as acting deputy head of mission to assist the ambassador in carrying out the activities of government. The government's day-to-day activity, to be able to influence positively issues that has to do with your country and where you find yourself, that is the host community. And that's what we're doing, in terms of consular activities, reaching out in terms of, although right now, given the pandemic, we've slowed down, we're actually having skeletal activities in the office. We have rotational, sessions. It's not everybody. We have like about 30% of our staff that have actually returned back to work. We still have like 17% who are still working remotely from home. So that's what we're doing right now. So you may not have everybody in the office because we're trying to be conscious of the government directives, and also to ensure to effect the measures given by the CDC in regards to this COVID-19. So that's what we're trying to do in the mission. And but it hasn't actually stopped us from working. We're working remotely from our homes. We're still communicating with our government, and we're doing our best to also, for every ambassador, for every diplomat, the interest of your government is paramount in that particular state where you find yourself. Yeah. So the interest of Nigeria is paramount to us in the United States, to ensure and to protect the interest of our citizens too. Not just for our government, but also for our citizens. And it's really a thing of joy that I'm able to talk to very important people here who are also my brothers and my sisters. So thank you so much, Dr. Diane. Thank you, Dakar, for this opportunity you have given to me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jane Addams. And it's wonderful to see a woman sitting in the ambassadorial seat of Nigeria, even if it's as interim. And so we are so pleased that you're an alum. We're so pleased that you've opened up the Embassy of Nigeria every time that we've needed to come there as part of our graduation. So we thank you so much. And we're so excited that on August the 14th, we're gonna do this again with you in the embassy. And so we thank you for your time. God bless you, and we love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we want to have our medical doctor who helped us with clinical education for GODSU, medical doctor Eric J. Pozeski, MD, Jewish chaplain. who is Employee Health Medical Director at Good Samaritan Medical Center in Phoenix, Arizona. At this time, can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for bringing me in. My name is Dr. Eric Pisetsky, and actually, I'm the Employee Medical Director at Miami Jewish Health Systems, one of the largest nursing homes in South Florida. And my job is to try to keep COVID out of the facility. And I do that by making sure people take the right vitamins, supplements, and minerals. Unfortunately, there's been no medication that's been proven effective against the COVID virus. So what we have to do is, number one, reduce our exposure to the COVID virus. And that happens by wearing masks and washing your hands frequently, avoiding crowded places when at all possible. But in addition, there are vitamins and minerals that can help. So for those people who don't understand that, vitamin D, like dog, is essential. 2,000 international units daily, number one. Number two, vitamin C, like cat, 500 milligrams daily. And these are easily found vitamins. And Amazon can provide them if you're not close to a place where it's simple to get. Amazon is usually the most inexpensive. Then there's zinc, 50 milligrams. Zinc specifically makes it hard for virus to reproduce in body cells. And then there's two additional things. N-acetylcysteine, the way to look for that is called NAC, and you can find that. That's 600 milligrams twice a day. And then quercetin, a natural substance found in fruits and vegetables, is very important in keeping the virus from being able to reproduce in cells. And we recommend that if you're just trying to resist the virus and you don't have it, you take 500 milligrams twice a day. But in the unlikely event that you do catch the virus, we increase the dose to 500 milligrams or 1 gram twice a day. Using these things, it's very easy for a body to resist viral infection, and not just COVID, but other viruses. In addition, there are things that you can do that are not medicine. Number one, a food diet rich in antioxidants. Fruits and vegetables are critical for helping to repel a virus. Number two, it's important to drink lots of fluids. And we say drink fluids until your urine is as clear as water. So to be very hydrated. And it's important to sleep 8 hours a day. And yes, naps do count in that. And lastly, this is going to seem strange, but I'm going to describe it for everyone anyway. It's important to take a strange shower where after you're done doing whatever you do, you turn the shower as hot as you can for 3 minutes, and then as cold as you can for 1 minute. And then you repeat that twice more. So 3 minutes of very hot, and then 1 minute of very cold, and then 3 minutes of very hot, and then 1 minute of very cold. And after 3 cycles, you can get out of the shower and you're done. But what this does is it turns on the natural killer cells of the body and helps them be more active in sweeping up virus. Aside from these things, I want to wish everyone a very healthy and happy Juneteenth. This is a critical holiday and important so that we can start to understand the various groups that make up the United States and how best to serve them. Is there any questions?
I have a question, Dr. Eric.
Go ahead.
I have a question. On August the 14th, we're going to need you to give us a medical update. You know, you always travel with us to various graduations, but we're going to do it virtually. So we want to make sure that we can get on your calendar so you can give us the wonderful medical advice as you have helped over the years, over the many years.
I will continue to do that if you'd like. I'd be happy to.
We would love to have you. Thank you so much, Dr. Eric. Blessings to you.
Blessings to all.
Thank
You
you.
have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Pozeski. And also we want to have our public relations for GODSU assistant, Imam Dr. Salahuddin Muhammad, chaplain, former chaplain, New York State Department, Corrections and Supervision. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be a part of GODSU. Global Workers for God is so important to me, and doing the interfaith work that I've been doing for many years, to be with a group of people who are really serious about this work, because I know that we have all types of businesses and all kinds of careers. But for me, and I believe for GODSU, we believe that the best work in life is serving humanity. And so that's what I see coming out of it, that we're about serving humanity wherever we are. And I love that about GODSU. And you can get in touch with me by going to my website, www.imamsalahuddin.com, or you can actually contact me by my phone number, 914-475-2605. And hopefully you should be hearing from me real soon about an Islamic chaplaincy course that, God willing, will be put together to be on the GODSU platform. And we'll be able to have that for people to get involved with. But again, this means a lot to me. It really does. It means a lot to me. And so I'm so happy to be a part of this family that extends outwardly. I mean, I remember years ago, we had this paper called Muhammad Speaks, and we had an African-American hand coming up and an African hand coming up like this. And now we see it happening where we are together, not apart anymore. We were snatched from our homes, brought to this country, made into slaves, but God blessed us to come out of that. And even though we've been suffering with oppression, with white supremacy and all the other kinds of things that have happened, and still we rise, and still we rise. So I'm happy to be a part of you, and thank you so much for blessing me to be a part of the family. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And at this time, we want to have another public relationship for GODSU assistant, Dr. Jeffrey Woodson, chaplain, who's the founder and CEO and president of Encore Services, LLC, and founder and chairman of United as One Africa. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
So first and foremost, I want to thank you, Chancellor, and His Excellency Dakar. It's a privilege and an honor to be part of this. And I think I elaborated to you, Chancellor, what this endeavor means to me to be part of this family. And you have my commitment that I will tell the world. I will scream out GODSU, because everybody should be a part of this and know what GODSU is doing. So blessings be with you, Chancellor, with your vision. Secondly, yes, I am a president, founder, and CEO of Encore Services. We are a professional services company based here in the Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland area, providing cybersecurity, program management, and a various host of other IT services. In addition to that, I am founder and executive chair of our nonprofit, United as One Africa, which is basically a economic and world unifying organization that fosters and empowers all African territories with the necessities to function together as one mother Africa. So that means a lot to me as well. So we're getting up and running with United as One Africa, and you'll be hearing a lot about that You can reach me personally on my cell phone is 202-460-8668, or you can contact me via email at jwoodson@encore, S as in Sam, V as in Victor, C as in Charlie, S as in Sam, LLC.com. And I look forward to this journey, and I will be with you forever. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Woodson.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And at this time, we wanted to have our very own Dr. Terrence Chapman. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
And we just love Dr. Terrence Chapman. He is our professor for family Christian life, for those people who are Christians and they need to know how to live with their families and how to give them the proper attention and proper leadership. So Dr. Terrence Chapman.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you, Chancellor. And we have been facing a pandemic in this country, and we see it every day played out. That we've been in a pandemic for quite some time. And one area of pandemic that may go unnoticed, but I think it's coming forth, pandemic of the family has been in disarray or really challenged really over the last 4 or 5 decades, particularly in our neighborhoods. And so we have an opportunity now to begin to speak. I believe what you're seeing is a moral and spiritual decay. And that has impacted not only the family, but it's impacted our nation as a whole. So what's before us is an opportunity to begin to address those issues. And I am the founder and executive chairman for Victorious Family. We are a nonprofit organization that trains what we call master family champions around the world to equip parents to train and instruct their children in the Lord. We're now moving globally. And with the blessings of many people, and especially organizations like GODSU, we're particularly honored that we can walk with you and serve, and we hope to serve even better. So I thank you. It's an honor and privilege, and for those that be coming after us, even as we are alumni, but those who are coming in after us, I just want to encourage you that this organization is about family. This organization is about care and love and inclusion, in the sense of we care about everyone, and we believe that everyone has intrinsic value. And so thank you. I thank you for the opportunity, and what an honor it is to be a part of GODSU.
Thank you. And at this time, I want to have another public relations helper for GODSU, Dr. Alicia Eubanks Young Chaplain, who is the director of Hope House. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Good evening, everyone. I am the owner and administrator of Hope's House, which we provide educational, addictive recovery services for veterans who suffer from PTSD. We're located in the South Florida area. I can be reached at Hope House, HOPEHOUSEMIA@gmail.com. And it's a pleasure to be on this journey with GODSU family, and I'm excited for things to come.
Awesome. Yes, I'm excited as well. At this time, I want to have another public relations for GODSU assistant, Reverend Dr. Malikia Davis Chaplain, who is key at Race, Design, Women's Christian Organization.
I am the CEO and founder of Dior to Live in Overflow. Dior is the Hebrew word for free, and I believe that we focus on prayer where people can be set free from any bondage that keeps them from living in the overflow of the blessings of God. And we also offer treasures, but our focus is prayer. And I'm also the key advisor to Grace Design Women's Organization, where we speak to women from their local churches and we empower them to go back to their churches and empower other women in the Word of God. How you can reach me is by my through my cell phone, 346-224-0784, or via my email address, which is freetolive47@hotmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.
So also want to have our spokesperson for GODSU, Director, Her Excellency Cairo, Denise Rose Eubanks, UNCSR, CLC, CCIC, Chaplain, and also CEO of Cairo Speaks. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Well, hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I have to say that whenever someone is reading out all of my designations, I get a little shy. I'm like, wait a second, is that me? Who are you talking about? So just to give you a little information about me, I'm actually the global correspondent for Global Over Day Seminary and University, as you know. And I actually left left the United States for Tamil Nadu, South India in 2018, where I worked with a residential school that teaches marginalized children from 4 years old to 18 years old, as their mission is to break the cycle of poverty through education. I'm a UN Students Intern through New Future Foundation, and I actually competed in my first pageant in March 2020 for the title of Miss Broward County, and I'm so happy to say that I'm also Miss Broward County. I'm Miss America local title holder. I love the support. Thank you so much. So I'm really passionate about leadership development, and I recently graduated. When I say recently, this past week I graduated as a New Leaders Council Fellow residing in Broward County, which I'm excited to share. And I'm also now an internationally certified leadership development coach and certified executive coach as well. So another big piece of news I would love to share with you is that I was recently appointed as a council member for the Mayor's Public Safety Council. And so I'll be working to make sure that we're holding our community accountable as well as our police accountable as well, right? So we want to make sure that there's transparency there, but I have to tell you that my passion is definitely coaching and also helping to edify others in their biographies. And you can reach me at cairospeaks.com, or my phone number is 1-800-701-0954, extension 121. So my website is Cairo, C-A-I-R-O, speaks, like I'm speaking to you.com. And my phone number is 1-800-701-0954, extension 121. I have to say it's always a blessing and a privilege to be a part of the GODSU community. Their network is so amazing, and I'm so glad to be surrounded by amazing leaders like yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, we want to have our social media consultant, Junior Ambassador Sudan Eubanks, CEO of Sudan Dolls. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Hi, my name is Sudan Eubanks. I'm the 13-year-old CEO and founder of Sudan Dolls and Sudan E-Consulting. I'm also on the board for social media and apps. You can get in contact with me by Sudan Eubanks, SUDANEUBANKS on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, we want to have our administrative worker, Vice Chancellor Dr. Willis Eubanks, and Chaplain, and he is the CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Hello, everyone, and I want to thank you for being on this wonderful platform where with the diversity of age, diversity of class, diversity of religion, we've come together to help basically inspire and encourage unity and working together. And I'm so happy and so proud to be a part of this platform. And I'm so glad that you are all a part of the GODSU family. Thank you. And thank you for your service that you do. I am Vice Chancellor of Global of a Day Seminary University and also the CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services, where we help get your financial house in order through life insurance and annuities, as well as we train with IT certification. Our focus is primarily on the middle and high school students, provide them alternative vocational career opportunities. Not everybody wants to go to college. Not everybody needs to go to college. Everybody doesn't need to get in debt for that, but we want to provide an alternative to college where you can actually make comparable money. As you probably know, the cybersecurity area is, we don't have enough people in it. And so young people can come out of high school making $40,000 to $50,000 their first year or two, and it can be a career pathway to 100,000+ in about 3 to 5 years based on the path career. And I would also like to mention as well that two things with regards to policing. For the last 3 years, I've been a sworn certified public pension trustee for our local police department. It's been wonderful. I've got a chance to know them on a different level. And I feel like my influence on that committee, and one of the few minorities on it, I think is making a difference, and that's important. On that note, I also want to mention 2 years ago, I'm very proud to be with His Excellency Dakar. He and I went through what we call the CPA, the Citizen Police Academy. And that was really important. We went through K-9 together. We went through trafficking together. We went through forensics. It was really fun. Over 12 weeks we learned. We even did shoot, no shoot. And it was very enlightening. And I suggest everyone does that. I feel confident that Dakar will do the right things if he's ever stopped by the police, and have confidence. I felt like when I was his age, I was always being stopped. It just felt that way. And I wanted to prepare him so that if he ever got stopped. But also it provides an opportunity where local community can engage with the police on a personal level and help bend any frictions or conflicts or misunderstandings that we may have. So I suggest you do the same thing. The Citizen Police Academy is around the country, and I suggest that everyone does it. It's free and it's well worth it. So I want to thank you for listening, and also ask that you get plugged in somehow into local legislation, whether it's local, citywide, countywide, statewide, and even national. Our involvement is very important. We do make a difference by being on these boards. We do make a difference by being involved. So involvement. So thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. So at this time, we want to thank for teaching for GODSU, Dean Imam Dr. Talib Sharif Chaplain, President and Imam of the nation's mosque, Jed Muhammad. We want to thank Assistant Dean Dr. Grace Eni Ekpenon, Chaplain, founder of the Janet Foundation. Thank you to Dean Reverend Dr. Leo Pickett, Chaplain, CEO of Leo's Worship and Praise. We have one of our professors, His Excellency Reverend Dr. William J. Blake, Chaplain, CEO of Blake Ministries, Professor of Theology, GODSU Dean of Curriculum Development. We also have Minister Alicia Moses Armstrong, Chaplain, CEO of Agape Love Treasures, followed by Assistant Dean Dr. Cecilia Wilson Smith, who is the founder of Strong Sisters of Strength Ministries, Inc. We have our Vice Provost, His Excellency Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Chaplain, founder of JH Global Consultancy, Deaconess Patricia Page, CEO of Patricia Interspiritual Learning and Training Center, and CEO of Patricia's House of Fashion. And we have our Dean, Reverend Dr. Anne-Marie Wilkinson, Chaplain, who is CEO of Shop Fashion Focus. We also have myself, His Excellency Dakar. I helped with marketing for GODSU, and I am Director, His Excellency Dakar Eubanks, Chaplain, and I'm the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. And we are an international company that helps you with your branding, with your marketing, and we specialize in digital business cards, and we also specialize in photo editing and video editing, like the one you're watching now. So also what the public can reach us at 754-260-5157. Our email is info@dakarmarketingtools.com, and our website is dakarmarketingtools.com. So thank you, looking forward to helping you. So we also want to include Jesse Martin, Chaplain, who is a writer and does documentations for that have been featured on PBC and Walt Disney.
I think he also does documentaries, and he's been with PBS as well. So additional information on him.
Yes. And last but not least, we want to have our Chancellor, the Right Honorable, Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, JD Chaplain. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to extend a warm and special appreciation to all of the GODSU leaders that we heard from today and those that we had to read out. So many of you have volunteered so many hours. We especially want to thank those who provided contact information, referrals, nominations to make sure that our school keeps growing from strength to strength. GODSU is so grateful for the opportunity to add workers of God to our database so we can help and reach more people, as well as to make sure that folks keep getting registered and keep getting educated. It is very important that this past Friday we celebrated Juneteenth, which was June 19th, which is the date that we were actually freed from slavery, those who were here in the United States. I want to say to not only those who are living at this time as African Americans that you're standing on the shoulder of giants, but for those immigrants that come from other countries, whether it's from the Caribbean, whether it's from South America, whether it is from Africa, that we really have that gratitude, and that we are always so grateful to the African Americans, those their ancestors have been here, for hundreds of years, and we're standing on their back. We are reaping the benefits of them being enslaved, of them going through all the things that they went through so that we could even be here today at GODSU. So we are standing on the shoulder of giants, and we are so appreciative. And so many times immigrants come over here and they have an easier time because of the road, the path, the journey, the bridges that have been gapped by our African-American brothers and sisters. So we want to thank you, want to say that we see you, we see your struggle, we see the blood, the tears, and that we are so appreciative, we're so grateful, and more than anything else, we are respectful of what you've gone through, sincerely. And so I want to say to even our brothers and sister immigrants that come over and you watch too much BET and you watch too much MTV and you really do believe those shoot 'em up videos and those stereotypes, that it's not real. It's not real. I've been here over 30 years, and the African Americans that I've met are the most noble, are the most, have the most integrity, and I'm so grateful for their bravery and for their struggle. So although it's Tuesday, I want to say happy Juneteenth, since that just happened last Friday. So His Excellency Dakar, what is next?
Yes, so I want to remind you guys to please like, please comment, please share, please subscribe to our channels so that way we can reach more people and you are spreading the word. And I want to actually hand it back to our Chancellor for our checklist for our upcoming graduation for those anxious graduates that are graduating in August.
All right. So with that said, we are on to the yummy part. We have a fantastic graduation coming up. And I know you all are used to your 3-day graduation, all the events, going on the yacht and doing all those other things, playing basketball, going to the UN. For this August, we're gonna save those things for December. But this August, we're gonna have a fantastic virtual graduation. We've already gotten the yes from the Embassy of Ghana. You saw the Ghanaian ambassador was sitting just with us here speaking. And then we are also going to go to the Nigerian embassy, and you saw the interim ambassador speak to us today, Dr. Jane Adams. Both of them have gone through GODSU, and both of them are chaplains, and they have extended to continue hosting us for the graduation, so it's going to be fantastic. However, I'm going to speak just briefly at this time, but I want you all to join me at 8:30 p.m. for a live Zoom, a private live Zoom, only for those people who are going to attend the virtual graduation. What does that mean? Alum who are going to attend, you can go on there as well as new graduates who've never graduated through GODSU. You need to also join us on that 8:30 Zoom. We would have sent you those credentials already. We want you on that Zoom so you know exactly what's going on, and ask questions. But for right now, I'm just going to go through a quick list of everything that you need. Number one, everyone, make sure that you complete your chaplaincy exam. Make sure you send all the forms that were asked. Make sure you send a quality photo that you're proud of. So complete all your requirements and send it to the registrar email, because that one is highly encrypted. The other thing that I need you to do is to ensure that you order your graduation regalia. Yes, I could not believe people are asking, so do we have to wear regalia? Of course, this is GODSU. What do you think? So order your graduation regalia. It is listed in your letters, but for those of you who did not read, it's trim and tassels, so make sure you do that. Your graduation cap, gown, hood, tassel, you need all of that. Those who are doing chaplaincy, order the red stole. Honors, order the blue, because you'd have done chaplaincy as well as honors, but go ahead. Those who for theology, also red. Those are for divinity, red as well. Those for ordination, red as well. And we want you to be prepared to be featured in the GODSU Empower You magazine. Each of the graduates will receive a complimentary, for if you're doing a doctoral program, a complimentary full-page feature in our August Empower You magazine that's valued at $2,000, but is complimentary. And if you want an additional discounted full page, you can pay extra for that. We'll tell you how to do that. We really need you to send professional photos full length. Those who are doing the chaplaincy only at this time, you will be featured, your photo will be featured, and your short bio will be featured. Those who are getting the full length page, you must send us a full bio, meaning characters of 2,565 characters. That includes words, etc. If you're dealing with paragraphs, about 5 paragraphs, lines around 80 lines. If you're dealing with words, it's 394 words. Remember, we need lots of photos of you with family, photos of you working, photos of you teaching, photos of you speaking, all the various things that you do in your line of work. And we will decide based on the quality of what you send, what we choose. So we have some folks who that's their favorite picture and they send us one picture. Your page will look terrible. I'm going to tell you, from you look terrible. And if you go ahead and take a picture with your cell phone, even more terrible, highly pixelated. go and get a professional photo shoot done. It's very important, okay? And those who are getting the short bio, let me see with the short bio, how many lines you need for the short bio. We will go ahead and we will send you the notes. Are you registered for the conference? Now, as a graduate, of course, it's complimentary to go to the graduation. We have a conference that is additional to the graduation. We need you to register at the tiny URL, KLBCN 96, to make sure that you're on the conference. And we will also announce who the speakers are. And the speakers will come from those graduates, incoming graduates, that have the iconic background and they've been most active in building the university. People like Reverend Dr. Lolithia Davis. You know, those are the types of people that we want here at GODSU. People like Dr. Jeff Woodson. Those are the people who will get to speak. People like Dr. Jennifer Jones Bryant. You know, those are the people who will get to speak because they're actively every week ensuring that they're adding more to GODSU. So iconic and active, those two. So if you're iconic and you think you're all that, you will not get to speak. If you work hard, but you're not iconic, you won't get to speak. You have to be able to do both, iconic and work. So that's how it works. The next thing is that we have the GODSU class rings that you can order. We're going to send a, when will we be able to send him something out on the class ring? You think you'll be able to send it out by Monday, you think? Okay, so by Monday you'll see that. And guess what? Juneteenth was last Friday, and what we did is we went through all our vendors to see how can we make sure that every one of our vendors are people of color, so we can make sure that we are promoting people of color, and that's exactly what we did. So our African American Bibles, I know Dakar Marketing Tools got into a partnership with a publisher that publishes your work that is African American. So we have an African American study Bible, guys, that we are rolling out. So for a donation, you'll be able to get 4 commemorative Bibles with your picture, with your bio in that Bible, along with other great African Americans. How wonderful is that? We will have the ambassador of Ghana in there. We will have the interim ambassador of Nigeria. We will have Dr. Michael B. Roberts, myself. I mean, all these wonderful people will be in there with you. So you definitely want to get that. And it's a tax write-off. Look at that. We will also roll out and send information about our high profile GODSU jackets. We're wearing any today? Oh my goodness. Well, you will see. You've seen them all week, so you'll see it. And what you do is you send the amount that we will give you, that you send, and mail your jackets in. We will give you the address to mail it in. And for each of your jackets, you will get 35,000 thread count embroidery on it, as well as your name, your new title, whether you're chaplain, etc., and the title of the name of your business and your possession, your position in that business is going to be also noted. Okay. So, so that's what's necessary. And also, if you would like a golf T-shirt with the with your emblem, the name of your company, your title, etc., there's also an opportunity that you can buy that, and we provide the golf shirts. But we need you to mail your jackets. In fact, I would like this to go out today, so folks can be mailing their jackets this evening and tomorrow morning, so that we can go ahead and take care of that. Another question that came in from one of our illustrious volunteers, I believe it's Dr. Alicia Young-Eubanks, is when will I get my diploma? Everyone, your diplomas are going to be mailed the day after graduation, not before, but after graduation, because the Lord has put on our hearts to give people a little bit more time, as there's some folks, you know, there's some folks always a little slow, a little behind. So we want to make sure we bless them as well. So they're sending in their things. So we want to do all mailing all at one time. Every graduation I've ever attended, the diplomas were mailed afterwards. Only GODSU, I know that they give you that right on the spot. We're just special like that. But because this is not an in-person graduation, we're going to extend the time a little bit. So in honor of Juneteenth, I believe we should extend that folks can still enroll in all of our programs up to this week, Wednesday, up till tomorrow. Let's give them until tomorrow. Okay, and I'm sure, and I believe you sent something out telling them that they can do that. So if you had not ordered your chaplaincies yet, if you had not finished all your interviews, if you had not sent in all your requirements, you have been you've been notified that you're going to get an extra day. So you can send them in by tomorrow. Okay. Part of a package that we also do for the graduates is a marketing package. And outside of this marketing package, everybody needs to have a green screen. Everybody needs to have their circular vlogging lights so that they can be perceived properly when they're doing their business transactions over the internet. So please take care of that. But there's another marketing package that we're doing through Dakar Marketing Tools, where you get 1,000 double-sided business cards as well as a double-sided digital card, so you can sit right there in your home in your pajamas and send your business cards to thousands of people without ever getting out and getting compromised or exposed. It will also include a pull-up banner, and it also will include that you will be featured on the graduation, the virtual graduation that we have, that in between when we have breaks, because we're going to have a small lunch break, we're going to put your business up there. So we will also do that. So everyone all over the internet, everyone all over the world will be able to see what you have to offer. Okay? And Dakar Marketing Tools can provide your magazine, graphics, flyers, invitations, branding, and marketing needs. Now, some of you need to also realize that your businesses need consultation. You need help on your businesses. Global Alliance, which is held by CEO Dr. Moore-Eubanks, is helping people with choosing their business, the mode of their business, also helping them with their business development, helping them to make sure that their businesses are registered. So some of these things are things that you need help on, and we will provide them. So this has been a wonderful, oh my goodness, awesome Tuesday Icon Talk. I am just so pleased and elated. And thanks to everybody. I want to thank Minister Chaplain Patricia Page for my birthday gift. As you all know, I turned 57. When was it? Last week, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. 57, guys. See, 57 is what 57 looks like when you love the Lord. Hello. So we are so pleased that got lovely gifts from Dr. Stella Onoa, my sister. She sent gifts, as well as my entire GODSU family here sent gifts. But Minister Patricia Page outdid herself with a wonderful gift. So we're so grateful for that. And also we want to wish for this past weekend, happy Father's Day to the fathers. We have many fathers here at GODSU. And so we want to wish you a belated happy Father's Day. We love you. So at this time, I want to make sure that everybody looked out, make sure you like, share, and subscribe here at GODSU so more people hear about what we have to do. And remember, right after this at 8:30, please come on so we can do that private Zoom and talk about graduation. So I'm going to hand this back to my handsome co-host, His Excellency Dakar.
Thank you. So this concludes our show for tonight. So please be sure to tune in next week. And if you can't wait, look at our previous videos, and I'm sure you'll see something you enjoy. So thank you for your time, and have a wonderful night.
Well, don't forget, don't click off as yet. We have a little video afterwards that tells you more about GODSU. So like, subscribe, as well as share, and listen afterwards. We have more information. Thank you.
Good day, I am Her Excellency Cairo, the spokesperson for GODSU Coaching and Public Relations. The content of the program you just participated in was produced by Global Ovid Seminary and University GODSU. We are a 501c3 interfaith e-learning Global Florida Department of Education, Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005 061F in Miramar, Florida, and the suburbs of Fort Lauderdale. Our curriculum include religious programs like our theology diploma, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, as well as entrepreneurial, leadership, Christian ordination, Christian family life, Christian chaplaincy, fundamentals of interfaith studies, and love and spiritual interfaith chaplaincy, which have rolling admissions and are open for enrollment today. Our iconic and esteemed alum include Ambassador of Ghana to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Bafor A.J. Bewa, Ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Sylvanus Nusuffor, billionaire builder and dean, His Excellency Dr. Michael V. Roberts, President of FraserNet, Fraser Nation and Power Networking Conference, Dean, His Excellency Dr. George Fraser. Professors include Attorney Reverend Diane Moore-Eubanks, PhD, Chancellor, Dean Michael V. Roberts, JD, PhD, Dean of Entrepreneurship Studies, Dean George Fraser, PhD, Personal Development Studies, Dean Kyra Eubanks, myself, Dean of Junior Ambassador Program, Professor Willis Eubanks, PhD, Dean of Cybersecurity Program, Professor Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Pastoral/Ordination Program, Professor Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, Professor Interfaith Program and Chaplaincy, Professor His Excellency Reverend Dr. William Blake, Theology and Curriculum Development Departments, Professor His Excellency Dakar, Ethical and Successful Marketing Techniques, Entrepreneurial Studies. I am Her Excellency Kyra Eubanks, a certified international coach, and on behalf of our Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Attorney Diane Moore-Eubanks, she's the founder, visionary, and Chancellor of Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU and its 7 pillars. I would like to thank you for choosing GODSU. Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Attorney Diane Moore-Eubanks is the founder, visionary, and Chancellor of Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU and its 7 pillars. As Chancellor, Dr. Diane provides leadership, teaching, and strategic direction to further GODSU's global interfaith and entrepreneurial missions. After graduating in 1986 as both a magna cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa recipient from Florida State University, she completed her Juris Doctorate degree from Georgetown Law School, interned at BET, as well as served as Assistant General Counsel, Department of Navy, reporting to both the Pentagon and White House. In private law practice, she conducted over 3,600 residential and commercial real estate transactions in 3 states. Since 2009, Dr. Diane has helped over 10,000 Nigerian and Ghanaian women start small businesses. In 2016, she was ordained as a Christian pastoral minister under Bishop Christopher Cox, member of the Joint College of African American Pentecostal Bishops. In October 2019, she sponsored and co-hosted the first African Economic Panel at Florida International Trade and Cultural Expo with Broward County Mayor Honorable Dale Holness. She currently serves as the Director of Education for the UN NGO NFFI-JA in 2020 and is a 2020 fellowship recipient of the Jim Moran Nonprofit Executive Program. For over 20 years, she has been licensed in multiple states as a financial service advisor, now serving as a Senior Vice President with Invita Financial Network. If you are so inclined, please forward your biography to honors@godsu.org and call our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Willis Eubanks, at 1-800-701-0954, extension 117, to set up your